Okay, it's good.
Okay, so group we have Mandy, Edith, and Amanda. So with our topic, we are addressing body lice, people who are most affected by it, and we found this to be refugees who are from Syria who are escaped from there. So we just found the best intervention that would most likely work for them in this situation, and proposed to have a DIY washer with this. So Edith will actually go ahead and tell us more about that.
So the proposal to address our problem is these washers, and our plan is to with the Rockefeller Foundation. Now this is a private foundation. They've been around since 1913, and their mission is to improve the well-being throughout the world. And they fund specific interventions that meet with their mission statement or their goal as an organization. And so through the funding that we will receive from the foundation, we not only plan to purchase the materials for our washers, so be able to acquire people, community health workers that specifically will be ish and that we can train in order to not only people that we're going to work with these refugees, but also train these refugees in their own language on how to use the washers, build the washers. With this foundation, we plan to work hand in hand. We'll see any other resources that they have to help us do this intervention or this simple program to clothing lice. So that's basically how we want to address this problem, through working with this private organization to fund, to train, make these washers for these refugees. And that's the basic components of our plan or of our intervention.
Mm-hmm. And so some barriers that we've found, that we've encountered so far as we've developed this proposal is one of the biggest things was the organizations that we were trying to work with were very large. An example is the UNRWA was a pretty large organization, and we weren't sure how we could go about getting our idea to them and how that could be implemented. So with this Rockefeller Foundation, it's a smaller organization. It's something that we could probably go about working with, and so it's kind of what we came up with to overcome like that. And so Mandy is going to go ahead and show us the how to build this kind of washer.
Okay. So a couple things. First of all, when we were addressing clothing lice, we realized this isn't like an imminent problem. Like the refugees, this isn't a first response problem, because first response is food and water and safety and shelter. This is more of a second response problem. This is something that we would propose to implement to make the standard of living higher and to promote self-sufficiency, so that they are not receiving fresh clothing, but they're able to wash the clothing they already have. So first of all, what we have is, get this on a little bit. We have 2 5-gallon buckets and one lid, and the 5-gallon buckets are the same size, so they can go into one another. And the other tool we need is a plunger, and this is a sink plunger, not a toilet plunger. And the only other tool you need besides these basic things are a drill, and the drill is used to make holes inside this plunger, and so it can agitate and the water can go in and out of the plunger. And then the buckets are inside of one another right now, but the second bucket that's inside also has holes drilled in it, and one more hole goes into the lid so that the handle of the plunger can slide right through. So how it works is, you first of all put your clothes in. I just grabbed a beach towel. You put it in, and I already filled this up with water, and then you would put in your soap, And it's important to use some kind of organic soap, especially in a refugee camp, because you don't want to contaminate the drinking water, and so it's going to leach out into your dirt around it. So then we pop this little lid on, and then you would plunge or agitate your clothing for, I think it can take up to 10 minutes. And then once that's done, we'll act like I'm all done with that. In order to drain your clothes, you pull up on this top bucket that has the holes in it, and all the water will drain out. There we go. Take the lid off. And then to get it even more drained out, you can take this bucket that has the remaining water in it, and you can put it on top and sit on it and squash all the water out. And then to get it even more dry, you can grab this bucket that has the wet clothes in it and wring it out. You can, if you rotate it, it kind of puts all the water out of the circles that we've made. So this method has been proven to get clothes actually pretty clean, and it would help combat the clothing lice by making sure that the clothing and the bedding that are constantly putting on your body are staying sanitary. So that is our proposal, and yeah, the end.